What's up, tricksters and tricksetters from the second YouTube channel and on my streams as well. Today, we have a free VOD review and the main, character, the main protagonist in today's VOD review is Ruibo. That won my previous giveaway on my Discord server, so make sure to join my Discord server if you want to actually participate in these giveaways because, I organize them quite frequently. And my dude is playing Haven with a Phoenix in a Gold 2 Elo. Now, he didn't really share anything specific about himself. He just said, on Haven, how can I better plan my entries as Phoenix, especially on B site? We're gonna focus on that problem on the attacker side and focus on the, Phoenix utility usage, entry pathings, executes, and stuff like that. Now, first thing, let's check his tracker. So my guy started playing Valorant a few acts ago, but only in this episode, he actually turned on the super grind mode. To be honest, this is, not enough time to actually improve in a video game, but considering that he mainly plays the Phoenix, I mean, he should already be after 357 hours at least diamond at least basically. So let's see why he's stuck in gold, and what he can do a bit better. To be honest, his performance on Phoenix is not that bad. When it comes to the headshot ratio, win percentage, and KD. But just remember, guys, if you truly want to call some agent, like a main agent, you need to spend at least 500 hours with that character. So you're fully comfortable to play every single scenario to perfection. And if you truly want to grind Valorant and improve as a player and go higher and higher and higher, basically, you need to play minimum of 3 games per day. This is, I really feel that, my man, if you just play 3 to 5 matches per day, with this performance, you're probably gonna be Diamond or Ascendant 1 without any coaching. But okay, let's see what you can do a bit better and how can we improve that progress and the speed. Now, as I said, his statistics are really good. Especially this act, he has 160 ADR, which is solid. 1.2 KD, very good. 28% headshot ratio, very good. But one problem that we have is the KST, which is probably the most important statistic when you're grinding ranked solo queue in Valorant. Basically the amount of times where he gets a kill, assists, survives, or trader, or maybe trades a kill. So basically his team play and how he moves with his allies and his executes are poor as fuck. Because, when you're playing Duelist, your job is not to get 30 kills in a match. Your job is to create the space, fight with your teammates, make the numbers advantage and preserve that numbers advantage. So we need to be disciplined after we get a kill. And that's it. I don't need you to go in as a Jet, execute the C set of Haven, enter the site alone, kill one guy, and then you instantly push into the CT and die like an imbecile. That is a bad gameplay. Now, his overall statistics are, as I said, quite okay. I have nothing to add, nothing to see here. Basically, this doesn't matter to me. If you're losing the games, there's probably some other things that we need to fix. Now, he's only playing Phoenix. I mean, to be honest, Phoenix is good on every single map currently that is in the map rotation. On Sunset, he is great. Bind, he's okay. Breeze, he's okay. Split, he's okay. Ascent, he's okay. Haven, he's okay. Lotus, he's absolutely fine. Basically, right now, we don't have a single map where Phoenix is, bad and where I wouldn't play him. In my opinion, Phoenix is, the top 5 agents to grind in Valorant ranked solo queue, alongside the Jet, Raze, Omen, and Chamber. And essentially, he is a really, really great character, to play the clutch scenarios, to retake the sites, to execute the sites, and stuff like that. He's a very adaptive character, so to say. He is let's see the clutches. 2.6%. That's okay. I mean, he didn't play that many this sect anyways. In eco rounds, he's absolute dog poo-poo. Probably because he's not using the right weapons for the eco rounds. When it comes to his loadout, the only thing that I would add here is definitely play a bit more operator. Like, even if I play Killjoy, I play operator. Like, it's a free elo stick in Valorant, especially in gold, platinum, diamond, ascendant lobbies, where players have a terrible or a very poor utility usage. You can punish the enemies with operator on almost any map. Now, when it comes to other weapon choices, I heavily recommend you to replace the Spectre with a Stinger and learn how to play and when to play the Stinger. Stinger is still a machine of a weapon for eco rounds, halberd rounds, and, you know, bonus rounds and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to everything else, even if you're playing Phoenix, you should still be keeping the shorty as a primary, secondary weapon in every single round when you can actually afford the shorty, especially because you have a wall that you can curve and basically close the gap with the enemies and easily trade yourself for some kills. Shorty, Stinger, Operator are the weapons that every single player in Valorant should master and should use. Everything else seems fine. Like, I have nothing else to add. We have a bit of variety here. And when you're playing Phoenix, I don't know how Ghost is your most used weapon. Because on 80% of the maps in the first round with Phoenix, you want to run the classic pistol with a light shield and with a wall and flash. Like, basically, let me see the maps. So on Sunset, first round on both attack and defense, you go classic wall and light shield with a smoke and flash. On Bind, same. On Split, same. On Ascent, same. Haven, same. Lotus, same. Only on Breeze I would play like I would play Sheriff in the first round or Ghost with a wall, and that's it. Like how is Ghost such a high weapon for you? Like, with Phoenix on 95% of maps, you're running like a classic light shield shorty strategy on some maps, or you're buying a classic with a wall and flash. It doesn't make sense to play a fucking Ghost with this agent, because his flash and wall are perfect tools to retake the bomb sites, outplay the enemies, execute the sites. Like, it's stupid not to have that those abilities in the first round. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. Like, literally, you know, this tracker is quite good. The only problem I have is here. Now, let's see what he's doing on Haven. On Haven, bro. Oh, sorry, I almost pop flashed you. Let's go here. Shabba booba boob. What do I say, chat? I ranked up to platinum on 75 Hz. You think if I buy 240 Hz monitor, it will help me more to improve, or it doesn't make that much of a difference? Bro, if I was playing video games on 75 Hz monitor, I probably wouldn't even play video games at all. Like, literally, I don't know. Playing on 75 Hz is a challenge for me. Like, it is so bad, unplayable. Like, a better equipment, a better monitor, a better mouse is not gonna instantly make out of you a god tier player. But a better equipment, better monitor, better mouse will unlock your full potential as a player. And will upgrade your skill ceiling as well. So you can push yourself as a player. Like, playing FPS games on a 75 Hz is like a challenge for me, basically, you know. Like that's something I can make for a, you know, some kind of a series out of that.
My ultimate's ready.
30 seconds left.
Basically, when you're upgrading your equipment, for gaming, the number one upgrade that you should do is the monitor. Because if we pre-assume that your PC can run like at least can run Valorant at least like 150 FPS, and number 2 is the mouse, number 3 is the mousepad, number 4 is the keyboard, number 5 is the headset, and that's it. Okay, let's go. Let's see what he can do better with a Phoenix. Oh, I need to change the ultimate button. I don't wanna listen to this. Okay. Okay. First round, defender side of Haven. What does he do? Okay, let's have a short talk. First of all, my G. Do you really need this in the same time as this up there? Like, are you some kind of a medical student? Doctor? Analyzing your patients? Like what the fuck is this? Remove this unnecessary shit. Like, I would be so distracted to see all of this on my screen. I don't know, just remove this, keep this, or remove this, keep this. Like, you know, why? like what's the point? Now, Haven. On Haven, on a defender side, A site is our number 1 priority and our default bomb site. C site is our number 2 priority, and B site is our number 3 priority. With that being said, on Haven, on a defender side, in the first round, we're always defending the A site, even if I'm playing Jesus Christ as a character. A site is your default site, which means that it is the side that is harder for defense, easier for the attack, harder for retake, easier for the postment. Why? Because of the overall map layout and the map design. How to play the first round on Haven with Phoenix? You have a lot of different options. Like, first of all, we can go for the classic pistol shorty strategy down here. So classic light shield shorty, and we're jiggling these weapons, ending with a shorty right here, waiting for the enemies, telling for one of the teammates to bait for us there, and getting easy kills with a shorty. Second thing that we can do, classic light shield, wall, and flash. We're defending and getting the info in the long area of the map, like this. Enemies are pushing in, and we can just wait for the perfect moment of time to basically pop flash the enemies and try to delete one enemy in the process and slowly digress towards the bomb site. Third thing that we can do, at the start of the round, you can play here, tell one of your teammates to destroy the enemy's recon utility, and from this position, go for the pop flash, like this or like this, take an easy kill, and then you can maybe fake repositioning with a wall, or you can really reposition and go into the bomb site. Fourth thing that you can do, we can play in the short area of the map, all the way here, wait for the enemies to commit the push, bam, try to delete one enemy with a classic, and run back into the bombs. Like, there are so many different things that you can do, but there is not a lifetime where I would buy a ghost in the first round with Phoenix. Another reason why I wouldn't buy the ghost is because the wall and flash are extremely good when you're retaking the C site and B site. Like, they're so fucking powerful. You can isolate the angles in such a good way where you can fight the enemies, you know, sector by sector. It doesn't make sense to buy the ghost in the first round of Haven. Okay, let's see what he does. You see, this is a bit of a problem. Like, this is a bit of a problem. Now, enemies are pushing C site in this first round. And essentially, like, you know, bye GG, thank you a lot for the tier 1 sub, baby. Like, enemies are pushing C site. And we don't have, you know, the wall to split the enemies apart. We don't have the flash, you know, we don't have a wall flash combo. Like, the most powerful thing about Phoenix is the wall flash combo. Like, you can curve the wall in any direction that you want. And you can create such a fucked up setups. Like, basically, when you're playing Phoenix, you should behave towards the Phoenix wall in the same way that you would behave towards the Jet smokes. Or Omen smokes. Like, it is a tool to outplay the enemies, to pick them, you know, in an unpredictable way and outplay them. And it is such a powerful tool to keep your location a secret as well. Like, essentially, this is, you know, stupid to go with a ghost in the first round. Now, another thing that he is doing bad already from the start. Remember this rule. Rotation rule for the first round on defender's side on any map. So we always rotate on the first contact between enemies and our teammates and make some kind of a move. So essentially here, if my teammate on C side already died, in the first round on a defender's side, on any map that I play, I'm gonna rotate as fast as possible. Because 99% of times, especially if my teammate dies somewhere, enemies are doing a 5-man push, 5-man execute. Very rarely you're gonna see that, you know, enemies are gonna go for some kind of a slow push or, I don't know, some kind of a split default in the first round and shit like that. So here, after his chamber died, instant rotation towards the C site. Okay, we can play with Omen here. I mean, here, like, I know that enemies are probably pushing in the C side, but whenever enemies have some kind of a sentinel like Killjoy and Cypher, we kind of need to pre-assume that, you know, Killjoy and Cypher players love to lurk and flank 24/7. And if I'm pushing, you know, even in the first round, if I'm pushing behind the enemies, like, you know, through A main, I'll be holding my gun, clearing every single possible position where the enemies can be. Like, you cannot just pull your knife out and pray to God that all of the enemies are C long. We don't have that information. I feel that a lot of players, like, are playing Valorant with some bad pre-assumptions. Like, you always want to play Valorant based on statistical data, based on what you see, what you know, and based on, you know, previous rounds and previous experiences. Like, here, I would clear left position. I would clear the window. I would clear the city. I would clear the garden. Every single spot where the enemies can be. Ooh, that's a lot of Spameronia. I mean, this is just a mechanical problem, nothing else, literally. Like, and also a bit of Valorant RNG. When some shit like this happens to you, there's nothing that you can do. You just move to the next round, and that's it. Literally. Like, maybe there was no reason for you to spam this much. You know, like, if enemy is already targeting your teammate, you know, I'm always gonna take more time to one-tap the enemy and try to be a bit more precise with my shots. I don't know, you know, if I'm not the first target, if my Omen is already getting in a fight, why would I go for a, you know, spam there? But, you know, this is Valorant and this type of deaths are gonna happen for you. You know, RNG didn't work in your favor, I guess. Okay, they actually went to the A side after those 2 kills. Okay. Now, on Haven, in a second round, no matter what happens in the first round, always play in garage and play around here. If I win the first round, I'm gonna play in window with a stinger, heavy shield, shorty, and all of my utility. Play a bit more passively, and play a fast rotation towards the C site, B site, and in the same time, I'm defending the garage entrance. If I lose the first round, in a second round, I'm just gonna play here with a classic pistol and shorty. And once again, I'm defending the garage and playing a fast rotation towards the C site and towards the B site as well. Now, why do you play garage in the second round? Because 70% of times in ranked solo queue, in the second round, enemies are gonna push you here. Like they're gonna do something either on B, garage, or C. And only 30% of times, enemies are gonna hit you onto the A set in a second round. That's it. Pure statistical data in ranked solo queue, that is the only thing that we can use to gamble smart in this round. Like basically, in Valorant, like you consistently need to gamble. Like there is nothing that works 100%. There's not a single strategy, a single tactic that is gonna work 100% of times for you. But a lot of players don't know how to smart gamble in Valorant because they never observe the games that they're playing. They never do a single VOD review. They're not tracking their progress. They're not tracking their games that they're playing, and they're just doing the random shit 24/7. So in a second round of Haven, playing garage, end of the story. 70% of times, enemies are gonna push you there. 30% of times they're not, but 70% is still better than 30%. Imagine that. And look at that! Statistical data from Radiant Coach actually works. Enemies are pushing C site and garage. Wow! How unpredictable.
Garage.
And if he was playing in garage right now, he would get an easy kill onto this enemy with a shorty. Classic pistol shorty in garage. In the second round. Easy, man. Easy kill Ronnie. I mean, it's really hard, like, you know, that's why, you know, like, during the VOD reviews and during these free VOD reviews and giveaways, I cannot explain everything for you. Like, my coaching is extremely methodical, my private coaching, and it goes really in-depth a lot. And essentially, like, 60% of stuff that I teach the players is purely based on statistical data from Valorant. That I never saw any other coach in the space invest so much time in actually analyzing the ranked solo queue games. A lot of the coaches are focused on VCT, esports, but that's fucking stupid. You know, in esports, like, players are playing up in a perfect environment. This is not perfect. Like, Valorant is the gambling game that is being played on probability of chances. You always need to ask yourself, what are the chances of something happening on a specific map, in a specific round, with a specific team composition, and basically in a specific elo? Like, and this is not something that you can learn overnight. And for this type of shit, you need either to spend a lot of time VOD reviewing yourself and VOD reviewing the games that you play, or you simply get my coaching. Okay. I think here, like, you know, here, at this moment of time, you know, it's an eco round. Who cares? I mean, even if he dies here, it doesn't matter. You know, your primary goal when you're playing eco in these type of rounds is, like, trading yourself for at least one kill, and that's it. Building up the ultimate, damaging the enemy's economy, and giving your teammates higher chances of winning this round. But to be honest, you know, maybe a bit easier kill for us right now is the killing garage. I mean, I'm playing Phoenix. With the pop flashes, I can easily go for the, you know, triple shot of the classic pistol and try to delete the enemies in garage, like, I don't know, like, probably here I would just play with my brimstone, with my sky, try to kill the enemies in garage with my pop flashes, and that's it. Like, this fight that he has taken here was really risky, and I don't know, like, you know, he could have died easily. Not really the best thing ever. But a good kill. One thing that I've noticed is, like, with the pistols, you're not strafing at all. I mean, one of the main power with pistols is how stupidly precise the pistols are. Even when you're running gunning with the pistols, like, literally, it is so easy to go for these shots. Like I don't know. I feel with the pistols you should definitely be strafing a bit more, going left and right, being a bit harder target for the enemies to kill. I don't know, like with both Ghost and Classic, you're just, you know, especially if the enemies have a better weapon than you, that Sky should have deleted you there. I don't know how you didn't die. Okay, now we made numbers advantage. We have 2 HP. What do? We definitely don't push for the gun, because we are 2 HP, and we're gonna die like a potato. We go back into the city. We heal ourselves with a Molotov, and then we re-engage enemies in garage with a classic pistol and 2 pop flashes, because right now, 1 enemy can be C-long, 1 enemy can be garage. We know that the killjoy is in the garden. We don't need a gun. That gun is not safe. If the gun is not safe, you don't need it. You made a numbers advantage. We can easily win this round, right? Or we can heal here. Okay. Isn't 1 enemy behind us in C-long? Like right now, 1 enemy shot a bullet from C-long.
1 enemy remaining.
Behind you? Boy, I heard this guy, like, listen to this.
Dead! Careful now. Smoke.
He was C-long. I mean, he rotated, but you didn't have the information that he rotated. You know? Like, if you don't have the information, like, look at your anal cavity. You don't want to get, you know, keep your butthole safe, man. Like, I don't know, maybe if you're gay, that's fine. Who am I to judge? But here, I would have looked at the smoke after we killed that enemy Omen. Because that is the only information that we have. And we don't know where that Sova is gonna come from. Yo, Mian, walk through, man.
1 enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Listen, man. Like, this is maybe, but this mistake is not only present, you know, in like low elo lobbies. This is the shit that I see in my Radiant lobbies and Immortal lobbies as well. So, okay, you're mentally deficient teammates are pushing this enemy. Okay, let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. But here, after I picked up the Bulldog, I wouldn't engage this Sova in a clean fight. I don't care what this Brimstone is doing. I'm gonna use this Brimstone as a bait to trade him and to refrag him. Like in this round, just pick up the gun. We have a pop flash. Come here. Wait for the Brimstone to peek out like a monkey. Brimstone dies. Bam. Sova has a sheriff. Bap, 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 bap. Easy kill. Like, use your utility, bro, to create easier fights for yourself. Like, a lot of times, I don't give a fuck what my teammates are doing. Like, even if, like, I don't give a shit. Like, a lot of times, I'm just using them as a bait so I can close out the rounds like a normal human being. Especially when my teammates want to peek and fight 1 by 1. Like, one of the main reasons why you guys are stuck in gold, platinum, diamond, and those ranks is like, you just want to fight 24/7, number 1. And number 2, you don't know how to capitalize on the mistakes of your allies. If I see that my mate is going here, you know, my Brimstone wanna fight, I'm pulling out the flash, he peeks, I do the flash, Sova is fully flashed. The easiest kill of your life. Think about it.
Last player.
Like basically, in a game of Valorant, the last thing that I do is commit myself to some 50-50 fight like this. Like, I never do that. Like, if I can outplay the enemies with better positioning, with some kind of an advantage, with my utility, I'm always gonna do that. It's easier. Especially because, you know, game mechanics in Valorant are dog shit. Compared to Quake, Counter-Strike. Some other games were essentially like, you know, there is actually precise gunplay. I mean, not Counter-Strike 2, but CSGO. Like, you never know where these bullets are gonna go. You never know, you know, what type of a ping you have, the enemy has, how the bullets are gonna register. Like, you have a flash. Your job is to come close to the wall, pop flash the Sova, delete that Sova, we move to the next round. These type of rounds I almost never lose. Like, and that is like, that is number one thing that you should learn how to do in Valorant. If some round is easy, and you can close it yourself, close that easy round. Like, easy rounds in Valorant you cannot afford to lose, because other rounds are gonna be hard as fuck. Okay, now, in this third round, we have absolutely no idea what the enemies are gonna do and where they're gonna go. So basically, in the first round, enemies hit C, and they failed the push, and they rotated back to A. In the second round, they pushed the garage and C site. They failed as well, but they won the round. So in this third round, because enemies didn't develop any pattern of pushing, and we have nothing to read the enemies based on their economy and, you know, utility, the best idea is to play onto the A site. Why on the A side? It is our default site. Enemies have full buy. Basically, they can buy every single weapon. They're not gonna play bonus this round. There's no fucking way, because all of them have like a lot of the credits, and basically that's it. Now we play A, and we're trying to stop their push.
Let me show you how the boss does it. Cover going out.
Next time when you see this smoke from the Omen, just send him my YouTube channel and I don't know, bro, what the fuck is this? Your Omen just gave the smoke for the enemies to cross, to pick up the orb as an Omen player. Like, literally, the most useless ultimate in the game is the Omen ultimate. I mean, it's not useless, but it's just extremely situational. Like, you're smoking the cross for the enemies to pick up the orb? What the fuck? If you see this type of shit, tell your Omen brother, that smoke is really bad. Let's not do it again.
Hey.
And listen, if this is smoked, never hold this angle. This angle right now is one of the worst shits that you can do, hold at this moment of time. Like, basically, whenever enemies cross from this position to this position, I'm not holding this angle anymore. I'm trying to outplay them with a flash, with my utility, or I'm trying to pee them as they're pushing in, and that's it. Why can't we hold this angle? Because we need to gamble our crosshair placement 24/7, while the enemies can have the perfect crosshair placement for us. Like, basically here, enemies can peek us like this. 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 We're not ready for that fight. And God forbid, I cannot, even if I decide for some stupid reason to hold such a retarded angle like this, I cannot hold it statically. You're holding a common position for which even my dead grandma Josephine has a good crosshair placement. And, you know, we either need to do this, get the information and try to maybe burst fire the enemies with a death zone, death zone fight, or just holding here, the pop flash, waiting for the enemies to come closer, and then bam, bam.
Hey.
Like holding this smoke after the enemies crossed was such a stupid and bad game decision. Okay, next round.
Smoked on me.
What the fuck is this economy management? Listen, guys, in Valorant, you win the round, the next round is always the full buy round. Because you didn't, unless that is the third round of the match. This round is a full buy round. Done. Like, right now I'm buying a heavy shield with a stinger and shorty, and I'm trying to win this round. I mean, when you play stinger on a defender side of 90% of maps in Valorant, you should feel as powerful as you're playing Vandal, basically. Like, and fuck the Spectre. Spectre is such a shit weapon against the enemies that have, like, Vandals and Phantoms. Like, Stinger is a shredding weapon if you learn how to control the spray, and if you learn how to actually, you know, where you want to engage the enemies. Now, in this round, once again, we can kinda, you know, use something to predict the enemies. So, in the third round, let's remind ourselves here. So, in the first round, enemies pushed C. They failed. Went back to A. Second round, enemies split C. They failed and we killed them here, but we lost the round still. In the third round, enemies pushed A. What can we and we won that round and fucked them up. What can we use right now? We can immediately apply the AB rule with rule of fear. What is AB rule and what is the rule of fear? I mean, I'm gonna, right now in the chat you can see like what it is. And AB rule, essentially, we destroy the enemy's push on A. Enemies are kinda going A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Every single round they're changing their strategy and what they wanna do. And right now, the highest chances are that enemies are once again gonna hit us here. So there is around 70% of chances that it's gonna be a push on garage C or B, and only 30% of chances that enemies are gonna hit A site. So what do we do in this round? We can maybe play aggro here with a pop flash and try to kill the enemies in garden. We can maybe play passively here and here and try to kill the enemies with a pop flash. Everything is good except playing on the fucking A site right now.
Time to mobilize my pack.
Oh, look at that. Enemies are pushing the garden and the window. Wow. I mean, you know, this is also one of the problems of players in Valorant, like, you don't use any factors to read the enemies. Like, basically, that's why game knowledge is extremely important in Valorant. Like, if you're not playing on a defender side in this way that I'm teaching you right now, you're gambling quite a lot. Like, we need to apply the AB rule as soon as we notice it. We need to apply rule of fear always. And also, like, you need to understand what is your default site on every single map. Like, as soon as the enemies develop some kind of a pattern of pushing, like, read through it. Like, players in ranked solo queue are very easy to read. Like, 70% of times, you can be correct what's gonna happen for you. Like this match. Out of 4 rounds, I predicted 3 rounds where the enemies are gonna go. That's up much better than what you're doing.
That was bad.
Enemy spotted mid.
My ultimate is ready.
Careful here.
There's one A main.
There's one garage. He's on CM.
So listen, there is only 5% of times when you should lurk and flank in Valorant. If I'm playing Phoenix on Haven, I would much rather play a fast rotations through the CT area of the map rather than go on any lurks and flanks. Like every fucking lurk and flank is risky. There are 2 risks. Risk number 1, enemies can have some kind of a utility behind. They can reveal me, my lurk and flank is pointless. Or enemies can hide somewhere like a fucking sneaky beaky, you know, cheeky bricky shits, and they can kill me from those positions. I need to clear enormous amount of angles here. Risk number 2, especially in gold, in elos below Immortal 1. While you're going for this type of a stupid play here, your teammates are already gonna die. Here, here, and here. Like 95% of times, you won't have time to complete the lurk and flank. Your teammates will already be dead. Stop lurking, stop flanking, do the fast rotations, and read the enemy's macro and micro playstyle. On macro level, enemies are usually playing together, hitting something together. That means that we can rotate faster and support our allies. This type of shit, fuck it, man. Like, just, especially with the Phoenix, like doing this type of shit is pointless.
Player standing. It's on.
Okay, so let's go back to the Valorant again. First round C, second round C garage, third round A, fourth round B. What's gonna happen now? Well, only Jesus Christ knows. But once again, there is 70% of chances that enemies are gonna hit this, and 30% of chances that enemies are gonna push A. So in this round as well, I'm not gonna play A site.
Hawk out. Enemy spotted mid.
Come on, let's go.
Okay?
Hey.
Bro, map awareness, 0 points. Okay, so we use the ultimate. This ultimate here was good. It was absolutely fine. Like, basically to pressure the enemies and to kill this race in garage. Generally speaking, when you have the Phoenix ultimate, you should use it as soon as possible. It is pointless, you know, saving this ultimate. It's only like 6 points. The first time you have a chance to get an easy kill or open a site, retake the site, use the ultimate, you know, clutch the round. Here. So, we saw
Let's go.
enemy raise in this position. Here. We have a chamber tripwire in garage. Like, you didn't hear a single footstep from the enemy raise here, and you didn't check this corner. What? I mean, look at the minimap. Like we use, only because of this we use the ultimate. I don't know why otherwise I would use the ultimate in this situation. Not a single footstep, nothing. She cannot magically disappear from this position. You didn't even hear the satchels as well. This was such an easy kill.
Hey. Flash.
That was a good kill. And a good pre-assumption that this race is gonna push us because we heard the footsteps towards the mid. Very good flash. Very good peek. Loved it.
Going up.
Okay. Okay, you know, using a wall here to get a gun was totally fine. But we died from behind. Now, how the fuck did we die from behind? Ah, Omen is not keeping control of this. Okay. This death is not your mistake. But for the love of God, you know, at least you guys that are watching these VOD reviews and that are watching my channel, if you're playing alone on the A site, I don't care which weapon you're using, what the fuck you're doing. You need to hold this cross here. However the fuck you know. At the end of the day, you can be doing this. You can hold a tight pixel angle here. Like this. Just get the fucking information! What? Like, I need to know whether or not enemy Omen teleported here. Whether or not enemy jet cross here. Whether or not someone can be short and on A site. Always. If you're playing alone, like, as I said, I don't care. If you're using a judge, classic, Bucky, this needs to be your starting position if you're alone on the A site. And then, when you see the enemies, do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. You know, wait for them, surprise them somehow, like, I need that information. Because if I don't get this information in time, another problem that I see is players start at the backside. This is your starting position. Are you mental? Like, enemies can take all of this space here, but just walking, and then they go BAM! They kill you, and do you know where the fuck am I at that moment of time? I'm on C site. I didn't start the rotation. I'm 10 miles away from you. I cannot help you in any way, and I'm so late on a retake. It's gonna take me like 15 seconds to come to the A site. This is unfortunately, you know, mistake of your teammates. You cannot compensate this shit, but if you see that you have such a terrible Omen player defending A site, like, please assume that enemies can be anywhere, to be honest.
Nowhere to run.
Hawk out! Why did I sign up?
Okay. Okay. Now. So, once again, we're playing on a defender side. And we need to predizione, where the enemies are gonna go next, so that we can counter them. So let's see our economy. Perfect. We have all of the utility, 2,650 credits. What do we buy in this round, chat? We buy a Stinger with a light shield. Is there anything that you need to win this round? No. You're absolutely fine. Where do we play, chat? We play on the A site. Why on the A site? Enemies have the Killjoy ultimate and the Omen ultimate. 80% of times in the ranked solo queue, when the enemies have the Killjoy ultimate, it is gonna be the A push. And they're gonna try to place the ultimate here and go for that play. Plus, enemy Omen has the teleport, and he is probably gonna go for some kind of a stupid play like this. I mean, that's Neon, sorry, that's not Omen. Now, what would I do in this round to counter the enemies? So, I would ask my Omen, Omen, brother, I know that you have a mental deficiency, but can you please give me a smoke down here like this? I'm gonna play here with a Stinger and Light Shield, wait for the enemies to plant the ultimate there, and I'll be popping the molly onto the enemies, flashing them, and destroying the ultimate and going back. Done. Simple as that. Enemy's ultimate status can tell you also 70% of times what enemies are gonna do next. Because players in ranked solo queue always have some, you know, some repetitive patterns that are engraved in their gameplay. Or we can also wait on Heaven for Omen Ultimate. That's another thing that we can do with the Stinger and Light Shield. Because especially in the low elo lobbies, for some reason, players really love to go for the Teleport on Tower. But the Teleport on Tower is so fucking risky, and then I do it maybe once in 10 Haven games. Once again, obviously we're just gambling. I don't know what's gonna happen. But so far, I was right 4 out of 5 times, which is more than enough. And please, for the love of God, if you're playing on the A site, even if you're playing Ghost, you need hold this. You see, a very tight pixel angle. I see the yellow color there of the enemies passing from here to here. You need to get this information. You don't need to fight the enemies. I see the enemies there. Bam. That's it. I reposition. And now we wait for the enemies. Bop. Bop. You need to give the info to your teammates.
Enemy C. Cover going out. Enemy C.
Yeah.
Fire in the hole!
Spike planted.
118 on raise. And
Bro, pick up the phone. One more thing that I've noticed is that your visualization of enemies and reaction on enemies is extremely poor. And unfortunately, I cannot teach you this only through this VOD review. This topic is really deep and something that I only cover in my private coaching sessions. But I'm gonna be a nice guy, Charlatan, and I'm gonna send you one video that is 2 hours long. And in that video, I'm gonna teach you how to improve this specific problem. Like, there's no way that you're spamming this box and you don't see the enemy raise up there. Like, literally, there's no way. Like, we need to improve this shit. Okay, in the last round, enemies didn't go A, but enemies are still following the AB rule to the core. In this round, once again, I'm gonna play A site. Like, that is the best gamble that I can make, and the best bet in this round. Essentially, enemies have the Killjoy ultimate, Omen ultimate. I simply cannot play anywhere else. And the last round, I mean, we can maybe contribute the loss of the last round to the fact that we were playing an eco hull buy, you know. We were not playing a full buy round. Please, when you have money for the shorty, buy the shorty as a secondary weapon. Even with the Phoenix, an extremely good tool to trade yourself for the kills, get easy kills through the smokes in close range fights and stuff like that.
Hawk out!
Solidar A.
Watch your eyes.
And you see, once again, I'm right. So out of 7 rounds, I predicted 5 times where the enemies are gonna go. Just by following simple rules and simple factors in game. Like, the problem is, in these gold, platinum, diamond, ascendant lobbies, if you're not trying to counter the enemies yourself, and you're gambling on your teammates to defend something, but you might as well delete, you know, just uninstall the Valorant. Like, in these lobbies, you need to control the outcome of your rounds. You cannot play retake 24/7 like you're playing in a VCT championship or in Radiant Elo. Like, when I'm playing on a main account, you know, I can rely on my teammates to, you know, to some degree. I'm playing with Horcus, I'm playing with, you know, pro players, you know, they know what the fuck they're doing. But in gold, these guys don't know which game they're playing, let alone what the fuck they're doing. I mean, just look at that Omen smoke.
Solidar A.
Watch your eyes.
Like that Omen smoke in gold 2. Come on, man. And then you're asking me like, oh Charlatan, why am I Hearthstone gold? What? Why are Hearthstone gold? Like what? What is this, bro? And why are you playing Garage when they have the Killjoy ultimate and Omen ultimate? Omen dead.
A.
Killjoy ultimate. Maybe they don't even need to.
Charles
Actually, they don't even need to use the Killjoy ultimate.
Open up the sky.
Okay, now listen. When you're retaking the bomb sites with Phoenix, like you need to become better with your utility usage, and we need to use a bit of our brain. Phoenix is not Reyna, and that is why I prefer Phoenix over the Reyna. Reyna is a stupid, retarded agent. You know, like if you have mental deficiency, if you're born, you know, without a mother, without a father, like, I don't know, and you have like 10% of the brain, then you should play Reyna. But we're not like that. You know, like 99% of players are actually better than that. So, let's think a bit. So, our Omen, or I don't know who is here, whatever, like we're playing 3 versus 5 retake. So, we have one teammate that is here, one teammate that is here, and we are pushing through here. Enemies gave you this smoke here. Your Brimstone is using the ultimate on the bomb site here. Like this. We have a wall, and we have a flash, and we have the Molotov. So, the best idea right now is to use enemy smoke and our wall to isolate the angles a bit better. So when I'm peeking out of the smoke, I don't peek in a triple crossfire where 3 enemies can anally penetrate me and destroy me. Think about it. So, right now, we can use a wall like this, flash this angle, that's a Molotov, sorry, flash this angle, clear safely this position, then we can use a Molotov for the short, the hot hands, then we can use a second flash here, and that is the smart gameplay. That is what you need to learn when you're playing Phoenix. How to isolate the fights and create the pressure with your utility so you're fighting easier fights and not some mumbo-jumbo crossfire gunfights. I mean, like, Piper Perry, Popper, you know, she was not really happy when she got that gangbang by, you know, in that black.com video. Like, you should, you know, you're also not gonna be happy doing that as well. So, let's play smart. We have a Vandal, we have all of the utility. Enemy Omen smoke is here. We use a wall like this. We flash through the smoke, clear that, use a molly, use a second flash, bam. Simple. Think about it. They actually won this round, bro. Okay, now, in this round, because enemies are pussies, we can still apply the rule of fear. For you guys, I'm gonna explain these 2 rules once again. Like, ABAB rule simply, the definition of this rule is players in Valorant rank solo queue every single round will try to do something different because they think they're unpredictable, while in reality they are more predictable. So if I see that enemies one round are pushing A, second round B, third round C, fourth round they default, fifth round they split C, what does that tells you? That tells you that enemies will every single round try to do something different compared what they did to the previous round. In the previous round. So basically, in the last round, if enemies pushed A, I'm just gonna play B, garage, or C. But we also have a rule of fear. Definition of this rule is players in ranked solo queue are pussies. In game and in real life as well. Unless you're a woman, then it's justified. Not physically pussy, mentally pussy. So, if you fuck up the enemy's push, an enemy's plan somewhere, chances are highly unlikely that enemies will repeat the same shit that they've tried in the previous round. So if enemies are already following the AB rule, and I shit on them, 3 versus 5 on A site, chances are above 80% that enemies are gonna push garage, B or C in the next round. And only 20% that enemies are gonna go A. Again. So what do? We can play garage again. Enemies were really prone in this match, you know, to push the garage. They love to push, you know, the C site and garden area of the map. And since you're playing the Phoenix, you know, maybe we can go for some cheeky-breaky aggro peek from garage and try to fuck them up. Maybe we can play passively here, wait for the enemies to push in, then up. Maybe we can jiggle peek this corner. Aha, enemies there. Flash! Bop. Maybe we can just hold this angle, wait for the enemies to smoke us, and then bop. There's so many things that we can do. Do you follow that rule in High Mortal Radiant? Yes, when I see that enemies are following that rule. I mean, in the first 4 rounds, you don't know if enemies are gonna be, you know, if enemies are gonna actually follow this gameplay. But as soon as you realize in the first 4 rounds that enemies are actually playing based on these 2 rules, you know, that's how I position myself. The only difference is in High Mortal and Radiant lobbies, I trust my teammates a bit more, you know? Unless my teammates are really dogshit. Like, basically, even if I have a read that enemies are gonna go somewhere, sometimes I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll let my teammates, you know, do the heavy lifting and I'll just play retake, you know, it's easier. But majority of the times I'm just positioning myself to counter the enemies.
Shadows traveling.
I never want to see you fucking again. Playing A site. And not watching the A main area of the map. Done.
Get out of my way.
And also, I want to see you use your fucking brain and read the enemies. You played A site 6 out of 7 rounds. 6 out of 7 rounds you started on 1 bomb site. But what the fuck, bro? But you're not playing with Demon 110's Horcrux. I don't even trust them this much.
Flash! Sorry, bro. My ultimate's ready.
A, one tray.
The funny thing is, like, that flash was not even timed good. The funny thing is, he didn't get the info that they're actually pushing A, number 1. Number 2, he actually missed his flash. Like, he didn't pick a good timing to do the flash, and he just gambled his flash. This is another problem. I mean, to be honest, like, how many of you guys in Gold and Platinum actually use your brain to think who you're fighting at that moment of time? I've never seen a players, like, even in Ascendant and Immortal, Low Immortal, choose a proper fight against a specific agent. You know, even if the enemies see you playing Phoenix here, a lot of times in Ascendant and Low Immortal Elo, I just see, you know, this Jet pushing you like a monkey in an open area of the map where you can just pop flash that Jet and kill her.
Sorry, bro. My ultimate's ready.
A, one tray.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Watch your eyes.
Spike down A.
Okay, I mean, we used the ultimate to heal ourselves at the end of the day. Was this ultimate a waste? Maybe a bit. Like, maybe we could have healed with the Molotov and the wall, and, you know, like, we made a numbers advantage. But as I said, like, you don't really need to keep your ultimate for some perfect moment of time. Every moment of time where you feel that you're in some kind of a danger, you think you can get a kill, you think you can open the site, clutch the round, retake the site, like, use it. It's 6 ultimate points. It really doesn't matter.
One stuck in cubby. Sova. Someone pushed from the sky.
Also, one more mistake that I see Phoenix players actually make in Valorant is you're not pressuring the enemies enough with a Molotov. Like, basically, when I'm going for a retake, or I'm fighting the enemies, on both attackers and defender side, I will use all of my utility to assist myself to get some easy kills. Like, if I already see
Sova.
that one guy is there, why wouldn't I use the Molotov? I can wait for my Sky to fight together. Enemies cannot play there. They're gonna be in an open area of the map. What's the problem?
Someone pushed from the sky. 120.
enemy remaining.
I need a drop.
Listen. If in gold and platinum, when you're asking for the drop from your teammates, you need to open the microphone. You know, like people don't you know, when you just press the right click and you ask for the weapon, your teammates don't understand, you know, the buttons. They don't know what they do. You know, they're autopiloting already so much. They don't know what to do with their agent, with their economy. Like, basically, when you're asking for the drop, open the fucking microphone and tell your teammates, hey guys, I need a drop. Chamber, bro, you have like 8,000 credits. You know, your money is my money. My money is yours money as well. Can we win this round like a normal human beings? Nice. So please, from now on, when you're asking for the drop, open the microphone and tell your teammates, hey guys, can you drop me a weapon? Hey guys, can you drop me a weapon? Drop me a weapon, Chamber. Chamber, drop me a weapon. You need to be annoying, unfortunately. And you need to repeat one comm at least 10 times until that communication is processed in the small brains of the average Valorant player. Because their brain cannot process more than 2 informations at the same time, let alone more. So, if your teammates already don't drop you the weapon, what is the best buy option right now? Let me see how much money we have. So 3,250 credits. Heavy Shield Bulldog, Heavy Shield Stinger and Shorty. That's what I would buy here. Like those 2 options. Stop buying fucking Spectre, bro. Like you're not playing an antique round. You know?
I need a
Chamber.
Now, in this round, would I play ASAT again? No. Like, we fucked up enemies. We fucked up enemies 2 times on A. Like, now the highest chance are that enemies will definitely hit Garage, C, or B. Spam them, my man. Like you know, like, players in Valorant, they are like, I don't know. Like, their brains have a deficiency, you know, for 50% of the community. Like, if you don't repeat the information at least like 6 or 7 times, they are not gonna process it properly. Like, that's why I hate IGLing in ranked solo queue. I'm never teaching players to IGL. Like, it's better to be a reactive player, adaptive player, and that's why Wuhujin is now stuck in Immortal 3, 275 rank rating. But, if he buys more coaching from me, I'm gonna make Radiant out of him again. Now, I'm just joking. Listen, you know, you need to behave towards the Valorant players like they are toddlers learning to walk, you know, for the first time. Just saying one time something is not enough. You need to say, Chamber, can I, por favore, try on multiple languages as well. Like, Chamber, can I get a gun? Per favore, uno ganimus, per favorimus. Signore, scusami, un vandal? Un vandal? Con bulletto? Per favore, scusa, drop. You know, like, you need to try harder to get a weapon. What, bro? What is that arrow actually? That actually, you know, one more thing that you should try to read during the game is what type of utility enemies are using to scout and to recon the main areas of the maps. Like, this Sova arrow, I think he did this arrow 3 times already when they pushed A, if I'm not mistaken. If the guy is doing the arrow there, enemies don't see you here. So when you already see that some piece of utility is out of ordinary, or it is not good enough, try to find a gap in that utility in the future rounds. Like maybe in this round we could have positioned here fast, dodge the arrow, and then from this position, bam! You know, pop flash, kill them all. El retardo drop gano. Bro, why are you...
Eh?
There's one thing, eh?
Cover going out. Flash!
A huge problem like a huge problem like in this game is like you never know, like you don't have the information how many enemies are here. That's a huge fucking problem. Like you're always guessing whether or not enemies are pushing here. You're not jump spotting the enemies here. We don't have any info. Like Sova is alone faking A site. And we don't have the info about that all the way until 1:27. How is that possible? Hi, in italiano perfetto papito.
There's one A
Molto bene italiano.
short. Three, 2, 1.
Watch your eyes!
You see, like my dude is like 3, 2, 1. What are you counting? Like what do you know that I don't know? Like how are you so certain that someone is here? You didn't jump spot this angle. You're just gambling. You wasted 2 of your flashes for nothing. You know, I'm counting 3, 2, 1 if enemies smoke me here and I need to shoot them with the operator or magically, you know, kill them through the walls and smokes. Like, I'm counting 3, 2, 1 when I actually jump spot and see the enemies pushing somewhere, so I can actually, you know, time my utility a bit better. You're just 3, 2, 1, go. Like, what? Go, bro. Like, you don't know if someone is here.
Funny see.
Spike planted.
Okay. I don't like on these rotations, you're not considering that enemies can actually push you, peek you, that enemies can be anywhere and everywhere. Like, you need to keep the gun more in your hands, you know. Like, already here, you should have had a gun. You don't know. Maybe this Omen is gonna push us here. There are 4 versus 2. Enemy Sova is mid, Omen is alone on site. Omen needs to play a bit more aggressive if they want to win this round. Omen cannot play passively on the site. Right now, if I was the Omen, I would already be close to the CT and try to isolate at least one fight before I pull myself back on the site. And if I was the Omen, I would probably play inside of this smoke right now. So, thankfully, we're playing Phoenix, right? You're playing Phoenix, my man. What is he gonna do right now? My Phoenix is gonna use the Molotov that the Valorant gods have given him and molly this position and then enter the smoke, right? Okay.
One enemy remaining.
Actually, the smoke disappeared, so it doesn't matter.
Backside.
How can Sova be backside if the arrow came from the C long?
You see long?
Going up.
Nice.
Okay, guys, I need to quick piss. New Twitch TOS and rules are really nice. I need to start playing with the black bars.
And I can't steal any kills. I see you.
Cover going out.
Same mistake as in the previous rounds. Same shit as per usual. Omen could have died there only because you didn't get the information in the A main area of the map if the enemies are crossing the A main. Like, and also ask yourself, are you really keeping your location a secret in this A main area of the map? The answer is no. Why? Because you play the same fucking shit the last 9 rounds. Actually, 8 out of 9. 9 out of 10. Like, okay, if you're already playing Phoenix on A, play here, you know, with a pop flash, then change your position here, do the double bait setup, double tower strategy, use a wall here, pop flash the enemies, go short, pop flash the enemies, I don't know, do something different. If I'm against you, I'm just gonna tell my teammates, hey guys, enemy Phoenix is stupid, he's playing always here, I'm gonna use a teleport there, paranoia, and kill him. Done. No way, they expected the 9th time. True, bro. Oh, but the Omen smokes are... The Omen smokes are giving me cancer, man. I don't know, whenever somebody plays my main agents, you know, Jet and Omen, I'm like, bro, like... And controllers in general.
There's someone near garage door.
Pay attention to your crosshair placement, like, even if you're not fighting the enemies, make sure that you keep it at the head level, head height. You never know when you're gonna fight the enemies. When it comes to your mechanical skill, 3 problems. Reaction time, very poor. We need to improve it. Number 2, crosshair placement, very poor. It can be better. Number 3, you're not strafing enough inside of the gunfights, so you're not moving left and right during the fights. You're just commit to the fights always. You need to hold the angle smarter and better. And I don't know how to help you with all of this, but I'll try to recommend you some kind of a training. I have like 100 pre-recorded trainings. I'll probably figure out something for you. It's totally fine that he's playing here with Omen right now. I mean, because they heard one guy close to the aiming position, and there is a huge chance that Omen is gonna fight someone. Omen, behind you. You need to protect this guy. Like right now, your Omensky can die. He needs help from you. Hello?
Shadows traveling.
But I mean like lurking and flanking against the Killjoy. But this Killjoy really needs to be a special type of breed, not to have a utility here.
One enemy remaining.
We'll never know.
B.
Omen's got ult.
Okay. On a defender's side, you need to become a bit more active, essentially. You're extremely... You're not even reactive. You're very passive. Like, you're gambling too much and trusting your teammates too much. You're playing Phoenix. You're not bound to play any bomb site. Your setup doesn't matter on A, C, B, garage. It doesn't fucking matter what you play. But bro, playing A site in a gold lobby, 11 rounds.
Shadows traveling.
Also, try to use the enemy's poor utility against them. That arrow doesn't clear the A long area of the map at all. You could have easily hidden here, pop flash the enemies, and fuck them up! Well,
One might be A.
and this is, ladies and gentlemen, what we call a wasted time in Valorant. Like, one of the main differences between an Hearthstone Immortal player and a Radiant is how much time you waste doing something. Here, my Omen is pushing A short. What am I doing? I'm not picking a fucking orb. I don't need it. I need to make sure that my teammates are well and alive on the B side, C side, and garage. So here, I'm not holding A main anymore. I'm rotating towards the sky and defending the B side. Or I'm pushing with my Omen a bit faster. Okay. I also feel, please listen, man. From now on, just do a bit faster rotations. Stop lurking and flanking. And just play with your teammates a bit more. Like, you're trusting your allies way too much. You will see that my rotations in ranked solo queue are fast as fuck. And I usually prioritize the safest and the fastest route to rotate. Like, doing all of this is pointless if you cannot trust your teammates on the C side. If your teammates on the C side die right now, I'm playing 1 versus 3. It doesn't make any sense.
Won't see long.
Buried. Miles.
Okay, we're 2v2.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Killjoy is like, if I don't see the spider, spider doesn't exist.
Last.
That's done.
Bro, this peek with the operator was mega risky. Like, the problem with this peek is, okay, I'm gonna showcase you in the game how to properly peek the A short with the operator. So, you're running here, running, and then slowing down here, and then you're zooming in as you're peeking the angle, and you're pre-aiming there, then going for this peek, and then going back. Or, you're pre-aiming that, flicking to the right, and doing this. But you cannot stop here, like you did, or here. Why? Because I already see your shoulder if I'm playing here, and you don't see the shit out of me. Because of the angle perception disadvantage. Generally speaking, when I'm picking the A short with the operator, it's always going to be this type of a peak. I'm pre-aiming there, and I'm just flicking onto an enemy if he's here.
That's done. My ultimate's ready.
Also, if you're playing the last round of Valorant, always buy some secondary, third weapons, you know, like I usually buy, when I have a lot of money, I buy the judge, buy the operator, I buy the whole inventory for every situation. So buying this Vandal here, love it. But not buying a shorty as a secondary weapon, not good.
Come on, let's go. Flash.
Bro, if you already use the ultimate, you know, I can get the information about the enemies.
Come on, let's
You know,
go.
we already go here. Check this. Check this. See where the enemies rotated if they are stuck here. Like,
My ultimate's ready.
you know, Phoenix Ultimate is also a great recon tool as well, if nothing else. And listen, whenever you have numbers advantage in Valorant, true numbers advantage. What is a true numbers advantage? 5v3, 5v2, 5v1. 4v3, 4v2, 4v1, 3v2, 3v1, 2v1, and also when you're 3v3 and 2v2. Fuck the map control if you're playing a full buy round. Right now, we are 4v3. Playing the A site alone is extremely dangerous. Why? Enemies can pick a timing to fuck us up from long and short, and wherever we choose to play, after losing this information, is dangerous. Because factor of luck and timings is extremely high. Enemies can surprise us somehow. So right now, the best game decision is to do what? Just play here. Watch this cross. Give your teammates information when the enemies are planting the spike and play retake. Done. You don't need to do anything else. Especially because enemies are in the numbers disadvantage. One guy will probably try to surprise you through the CT. Try to isolate the numbers and potentially get, you know, some frags left and right. And it's such an easy kill. And smart gameplay. Right now, going back to short. After we lost the information, whether or not enemies can be long and short is just stupid. Unnecessary risk with zero rewards. Just a stupid game decision. Bro, that Omen can quite literally be on the A tower. Okay, my man, like, I don't know. I don't know from where do you get these problems in your gameplay, like are you not paying attention on the minimap? Probably that, like I mean, if my team has killed one guy on C, and Omen is also on C, but Killjoy cannot be on A tower, and you have nothing to do on A site. You're like, whenever you have a true numbers advantage in Valorant. So, whenever you have true numbers advantage in Valorant, you prioritize refrag potential, refrag and retake potential over the map control. Your job is to isolate enemies in some unfair fights and to fight with your teammates. Your job is also to remove any factor of luck and timing that can fuck you up. True numbers advantages like 5e4, 5e3, 5e2, 5e1, 4v3, 4v2, 4v1, 3v2, 3v1, 2v1. But also, I play like this on defender's side. But I also play like this when I'm 3v3 and 2v2 as well.
I'm coming over.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
B. Oh, never mind.
Your game decisions on the defender side need to be much better. You need to have a much better read of the game. You need to pay more attention on the minimap. You need to pay more attention on the enemy's macro and micro playstyle. And basically, you need to control the outcome of your rounds a bit more. Like, I feel that you're gambling a lot. And literally, like, you're not like... you're not trying to counter the enemies in any possible way. Okay, attacker side. Now, on the attacker side of Haven, how do we decide what to push and where to go? Enemies have 0 sentinels. So they don't have a Cypher, they don't have a Deadlock, they don't have the Killjoy, they don't have the Sage. 0 sentinels. We can push 5-man C. Done. Enemies have 1+ sentinel. We're doing a 3-2 split onto the A site. And basically, Spike is going here. You're going here. In the first round with Phoenix, classic light shield, smoke, wall, and flash. Your job is to create the pressure onto the enemies, take the space from the enemies with your utility, and potentially get a kill. You cannot do that with a ghost and flash. Now, the only time I would hit B in the first round is if I have Gecko in my team. And that's it. Enemies have a Killjoy. Pushing C, quite dangerous. Pushing Garage, quite dangerous. Pushing B site, quite dangerous. Right now, the best idea is to push the A site.
Cover going out.
It's so sad to see that Chamber is not even considered an agent no longer. I don't consider Chamber a sentinel. Like, he's like a duelist.
Hawk out.
Cover going out.
Spike down mid.
Okay, from now on. First round. So this is number 1 thing that we discussed. Number 2, number 3. First round on attacker's side. Should never be some kind of hardcore splitting, defaulting, playing passive, playing slow, or over rotating round. In the first round, on attacker side, we're always doing a 5-man aggressive push onto one specific objective. We need to be vocal in the first round and navigate our teammates on a macro level. Because in the first round, the attacker side players have an advantage over the defenders. If you're not giving calls in the first round, you're gambling quite a lot, and that ain't nice. So the first round should never look like this. The first round should always be a 5-man aggressive push somewhere. Like, everything that happened in this round, absolutely stupid.
Reloading.
Now, let me showcase you my favorite, like, A site and C site execute with Phoenix in the first round. So in the first round, if I'm pushing A site with Phoenix, I'll be bunny hopping here, getting to this position, revealing the enemies there. Then from this spot, I'm gonna peek the enemies there, clear this angle, jump spot the enemies here. Then I'm gonna be using my Molotov for the backside, like this. And then from this position, I'm using a wall like this. Then getting to this position, I can flash the enemies here, take this spot, I can flash the enemies here, take this kill, and take the full side control. That is usually what I do in the first round. This Molotov, I mean, I kind of have some small lineup, like basically I'm positioned here, and I really want the Molotov to land up there, sorry, behind there, like, actually this is run and throw. And then, what the fuck, how is this even possible in Valorant? Jesus Christ.
Careful now.
I didn't know you can plant the fucking shit on that, on there.
Careful now.
How do you even do that?
Careful now.
Valorant. And then make sure that the wall looks like this.
Here.
And then just, you know, bam, and that's it. Now, if you're pushing C side in the first round, I will always use like my Molotov either for this position down here. You need a lineup for that. I don't have it. Like, I just do lineups on the go, and I don't know. A lot of times it works for me. Or you're dropping a Molotov at the backside there, dropping a Molotov there. We're using a wall that looks like this, pushing here, clearing that angle, clearing that position, and now from this spot we're engaging the enemies and clearing that, clearing this, clearing backside, wherever the fuck you want. Basically, your wall is like a temporary smoke to allow your teammates to take some additional space from the enemies. And basically, I behave towards the Phoenix wall in the same way as I will behave towards the Jet smoke and the Omen smoke as well. So basically, I very rarely put the walls like this, just in a straight fucking line.
Sorry about that. 2 on B.
Reloading.
Are we hitting B or should we go A?
Slate's high.
Watch your eyes.
I don't know, like with the pistols, with the pistols you're standing way too much, man. Like especially on a close range, like, I don't know. Like, you're playing the pistols in the way that I would play Stinger, for an example. But generally, in your gunplay, one of the main things that you're missing is strafing a bit more. Like, you're not strafing enough. You commit to the fights fully, and you're not burst firing. You're not trying to be a harder target for the enemies to hit. You just commit to the fight and pray to God that enemies are not gonna strafe and that enemies are also gonna commit to the fight. Like, you need to fix that. In that match, in your ranked matches, like, you know, I'll share with you some kind of a training for that. Sorry guys, like, you know, Valorant is the indie company and they don't have a, you know, servers that can run forever. Take a seat, I got this. Is flashing oneself part of the play? Yes.
Relax. Settle down. I got this. And I'm not leaving until we're done out here, yeah? My ultimate's ready.
30 seconds left.
So you know, man, like, listen. If you have a stinger, yeah, like, if I see an enemy here, I'll commit to that fight and try to spray that guy before he kills me. But with a ghost, with a classic pistol, you know, we can run a bit more, do the triple shot, try to gamble a bit more. If an enemy is there, you know, going in and out, like, you kind of are standing like a killjoy turret with the pistols, and you just do this. Like, you always, in Valorant, you always want to mimic the enemy's movement. Basically, like, if the enemy is strafing, you want to strafe as well. If the enemy is standing still, you can try to strafe for, like, you know, 2 times, and then commit to the fight with that enemy. But this is your gunplay. Like, 2 enemies are pushing here. I know they're fully flashed, but you're sitting in the nano swarm. You know, what the fuck?
Hold my window.
Last player standing.
And the crosshair placement obviously is a huge problem as well. Like, I'm gonna give you some training for that.
Safety's off.
The main problem of this first round is all of this. You know, like, you need to follow these rules when you're playing the first round on every map, and essentially, like, if you're not playing the first round like this, your chances of winning the first round are quite low. Especially in the lobbies below Immortal 1.
Launching smoke. Molly.
Flashing.
Watch your eyes.
Okay, I mean, just you know, like, whenever you're executing some position with Phoenix or some bomb site, like, use all of your utility to pressure the enemies and execute the site. You know, like, when I play Phoenix, which is, I don't remember last time I played Phoenix, but when I play Killjoy, for an example, I'm gonna use my Molotovs, my Nano Swarms, everything that I have to pressure the enemies, to deny the space from the enemies, so they cannot pick me from 10,000 different positions. Here, you know, if I already want to go through this Omen smoke, I'm gonna do some Molotov like this, do a flash here, clear that. Now that Omen can only play here and here.
Flashing.
Watch your eyes.
This is basically the #1 mistake I see Phoenix players make. Like, they're not using the Molotov enough to deny the space from the enemies, and they're not curving the wall enough to basically, like, create different setups to engage the enemies with the flash and to protect themselves and their allies in the same time, and to be a bit more unpredictable. Is Phoenix a good agent to master? Top 5 agents in Valorant right now.
A.
My knees are
To be honest, like, you know, since enemies have a Killjoy that is playing in Garage and on B side, right now the easiest thing that we can do is push the enemies on A side. Like, on A side they have an Omen that is just passive potato. I mean, that is the information that we got from the previous rounds. That's the most logical choice. We're pushing C side against the Raze with a nade. Full Killjoy setup there. Aye, brothers, huh? That's gonna be a heavy task. And also remember, whenever enemies are eco or halby, and you're playing on the attacker side, or they're playing a bonus round, always play as 5 together towards one specific objective. And whenever enemies are eco and halby, and you're playing on a defender side, abuse the potential of the weapon that you have, of your economy, and never aggress the enemies, and never showcase enemies your best strategies and tactics. And also on Haven, like, whenever enemies are playing a bonus round, eco round, or a halby round, avoid this shit, just call for the 5-man push on C or 5-man push on A. Done.
Hunt.
Careful now.
Hawk out.
I'm flashing out.
Hawk out.
There's the lineup, bro. But the problem is, like, he wasted so much time here. Like, you know, basically, as soon as he saw that his teammates are pushing in, already here, he should have used the Molotov and instantly go out with a pop flashing his allies. Like, his teammates could have been dying on the C side right now like a potatoes, and he's not ready to refrag them.
Careful now.
Hawk out.
I'm flashing out.
I mean, thanks to God, like, his teammates actually didn't push that fast, but you never know. You never know. Listen. You made the numbers advantage. You took the full C-side control. Your Brimstone... You have a Brimstone in your team? What? Your Brimstone gave you the worst smoke for the CT ever. Like, this smoke is not being placed like this. This smoke is placed like this. So. Why the fuck do we need CT? Why do we need to push here? If you were maybe in the numbers disadvantage, or you are in the economy disadvantage, okay. We need to go for more 50-50 fights. Try to isolate the numbers. Try to create the numbers advantage. Discipline gameplay. We took the side control. Enemies feel the pressure. We made the numbers advantage. We planted the spike. We get on the best postman position on the site, which is the top of this box here. We jump, you know, from the logs here to here. And now we play passively. We play together with our teammates. Our most aggressive allies and the allies that have the highest chances of dying. What the fuck is this? Oh, he actually dies here.
One in the
That was such a stupid play. Chamber. Your economy is mine economy. Please drop me the gun. Drop me the gun, I'm a duelist, I need to go in, I need to create a space for you. Chamber, your mother's pussy smells weird. Chamber, please give me the gun. As for the guns, bro, like, literally, you know, but spam your teammates a bit more, like, be annoying if you need to be annoying. Like, most of the times, your teammates are not dropping you, not because they don't want to drop you, but the information does, you know, they don't process information very well. Like, you know, their brains are working at 5% capacity. Like, what the fuck? And, okay, in this round, let's say your teammates don't want to drop you a Vandal or Phantom. What do we buy? Heavy Shield, Stinger with a Shorty. We pick up the Orb on the C long, and we execute the C set together with our teammates. If we have full side control, when do we push assuming there's no number advantage or disadvantage? Okay, let's say you're 4 versus 4 and both teams are playing a full buy and you're playing the spike on C side. If the enemies have the Killjoy ultimate, if the spike is planted for long, we can play passively in long and that's it. If one of my teammates is being aggressive in the CT, I always support my most aggressive teammate and teammate that has the highest chances of dying. But I will never play aggro. There's no reason to do that. We just planted the spike. We just need to waste the time from the enemies and that's it. Or maybe if I know that, let's say, I think they stack the A site and I can take more space from the enemies, I'll do it. But otherwise, it doesn't make sense to be aggressive, like, literally.
walling right.
Going up. Beacon down.
Oh, yes. The El Clasico. The El Clasico Phoenix wall. This is a bad wall. Like, basically, the best thing that you can do, especially when you have a close range weapon such as Stinger, like, you have the enemy smoke here. We do a wall like this. So first, we do a Molotov. I don't know, backside or here. We do a wall like this. Take this space. We can pop flash through the enemy smoke. Then, through our smoke, we can pop flash the enemies here. Take the backside control. We can pop flash the enemies here. Take this control. We can pop flash the enemies here. Kill this guy, that guy. Like, your smoke is a temporary block for the enemy's vision, so they cannot kill our teammates. And you need to learn to use the smoke in this way. Take a map control inch by inch. Stupid. Okay, I mean, if one bomb set is already working for you, like, you know, we can keep abusing that site as long as it's working for us. So I have no problem with, you know, this push that he's doing right now, and essentially, like, yeah, sure, fine. Whenever you have the Phoenix ultimate and you're pushing some bomb site, unless the enemies are eco and hull by, use it. You know, here, if the enemies are not eco and hull by, just use the ultimate and push in. But if the enemies are eco and hull by, so they have poor economy, they have like below 3,900 credits. I mean, below like 3,000 credits. Majority of them, I will never use my ultimate. Like, I think in this round, the enemies are playing the full eco round, and I don't think there's a reason using the ultimate. I would save it for the post plant, maybe. And please, when you're using the ultimate, clear every fucking single position where the enemies can be. Even if you're not using the ultimate. Like, if I'm pushing into the C site, I need to clear this for my teammates. I need to clear this for my teammates. This. I need to clear this. I need to clear this. I need to clear this. You didn't check 30% of these angles as you were pushing in. Relic squad, welcome to man.
I got flag Phoenix, go inside.
One enemy remaining.
Flashing backside.
One of the biggest problems in your mechanical skill is like you are standing like the killjoy turret when you're fighting the enemies. Like I never saw you jiggle peeking the angles. I never saw you using a dead zone to kill the enemies. I never saw you strafing at all. Like my dude is like, you know, he sees the enemy, left hand doesn't exist. What?
These two.
What is this smoke?
Are you smoking for the other team over?
No.
Actually, this smoke is really, really good. Listen, guys. So, if something is working really a lot of times for you, when is it good to change your playstyle if you're winning a lot of rounds in a row. So, the moment of time when it is actually good to change your playstyle, if you're winning a lot of rounds in a row, is usually after you win 4 or 5 rounds by abusing the same type of positioning, pushing, or micro playstyle. So I think that in this round as well, they could have pushed the C site. Because, you know, who the fuck is gonna expect 4 times in a row pushing the same site? But in the next round, I would actually do the push on A or maybe fake C. But if you already damage the enemy's mental health on some bomb site, so you already decide to push 3 rounds in a row C site, regardless of the outcome of these rounds, in the 4th round, you shouldn't just do a 5-man push on A. You know, tell your Omen, we have Omen and Brimstone in the team. Tell the Omen, Omen brother, do the smoke here, do the smoke here. Let's fake the C push, and let's push A. Because if you push one bomb site so many times in a row, enemies on the opposite part of the map are gonna rotate much faster. And they're gonna be... sorry, I wanna sneeze. And they're gonna be on the edge. Essentially. You know? Like right now, doing a 5-man push on A, not really the best idea ever, to be honest. And this smoke that, you know, their Omen just gave them, this smoke is good to take the aim in space. It's a good smoke to block the vision if the enemies are using the operator here. But in this round,
You smoking for the other team over?
I don't know. Maybe not the best smoke ever. What heal is this Phoenix gold too?
I'll flash out.
Going up. Watch your eyes.
Flash on.
This is the main reason why you never use the Phoenix walls in this specific way. Like, this was stupid. This wall was just stupid. Like, if I'm executing the A site, like, I will always from the enemy smoke use the Molotov for the backside, use the wall like this, flash here, check that, check this. I killed the enemy Killjoy, bam. I killed the enemy Omen at the backside, done. You need to isolate the sectors on a specific map, on a specific bomb site, one by one. Like, first we fight for sector 1, then we fight for some sector number 2, it can be this or this, and then we decide what we want to do next. Just a second, boys. Time for the toilet time with Papito. This one is gonna be a long one on YouTube. I'm taking you on an epic journey. Just a second. You'll never experience this level of coaching. Now I'm gonna teach you a lot of weird stuff. Shababoo bab bab, skibida bab bab, scuba dooba doop 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 deep dap. Listen, guys, when you're playing Valorant, you know, you cannot just autopilot and play the game like, oh, just a second. Holy shit, man, like this boiling the area is really something nasty, man. Holy crap, Horkus, brother. What did you put in the El Pasta? What did you put in the El Pasta, brother? Ah, Jesus Christ, man. Like, giving me this protein shit, like. Think about it. Just think about it for a second. I'm scrolling on my phone right now, like, literally, there's nothing, man. Like, on Twitter, there's only porn. There's some new cars, but I don't have money for the cars. Russian car from the future. What's this? 2025. This looks like a cancer, to be honest. Nice. Oh. New Chinese brand. BYD is countering the Tesla. I mean, like, it looks nice. But Chinese cars, bro, like, how can I trust that, man? You know, I heard only the worst shit about the Chinese cars. She adopted 3 kids, and then she did a DNA test. She almost unalived herself after the results. What did she find in the DNA test? Katie. I don't know. What are these NPC news, man? Like, are you wealthy enough? The net worth you need to be considered poor, middle class, and wealthy in America. Okay, let's see that. In the United States, a person's net worth is a barometer of being financially standing, particularly as they approach retirement. Blah, 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 blah. We don't care about this. So in America, you're poor if households in the 20th percentile with a net worth of around $10,000 are categorized as poor. This group likely doesn't own a home and focuses financial resources on necessity. Like 80% of European countries. Middle class. The middle class is in the 50th percentile with a median household net worth of $281,000 for Americans aged 65 and up. This typically includes home equity, savings, and 401 accounts. Wealthy. To be considered well off, a person must be in the 19th percentile, possessing a household net worth of $1.9 million. This level of wealth affords trips, charity donations, and college funds for children. The 95th percentile, with a net worth of $3.2 million, is considered wealthy, facilitating estate planning and possibly owning multiple homes. The top 1% of the 99th percentile has a net worth of $16.7 million. So basically, I need $16.7 million to be considered wealthy in America. Bro, with that money, I can live in my country for the rest of my life without working anything. What the hell, bro? What the hell are these news? Toilet news with Charlatan. Let's see something new. What the polar vortex? 2025 Volvo. Interesting. Supreme Court won't weigh in now on Trump's immunity claims in 2020 election case. Who cares? Like, First 1,000 new Toyota Land Cruiser SUVs sold out in just 30 minutes in Germany. Interesting. Let me see how the car looks like. Toyota Land Cruiser. Oh, okay, looks like a regular Hummer, to be honest. Not a Hummer, like Jeep Renegade, you know? Not bad. Not something I would ever buy. Anything else? Logitech Lightest wireless gaming mouse, the G Pro X Superlight, is over 60% off. Oh yeah, the GPX version 1 is really cheap now and really good, to be honest. It's same as me too, to be honest. 5 things that the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra could do to crush the iPhone 15 Pro Max, bro. Samsung is 10 times better than fucking iPhone, literally. I don't know, only NPCs buy iPhone. Android on top, brothers. But to be honest, like when it comes to iPhone versus Samsung, iPhones really make, you know, that processor is really smooth experience, you know, smooth experience. Just a second, guys. I'm doing something. Guys and girls, this is, I mean, the best VOD review experience on the second YouTube channel from Charlatan. What can I say? Orcus, brother. Yeah, that pasta definitely hits different, man. Definitely hits different. I don't know. I kind of like it. It was a smooth ride, I must say. Thank you. But in the middle of VOD review, Jesus Christ, bro. Come on, man. Couldn't pick the wrongest timing. Wrongest. The worst timing. Wrongest, that's maybe a new word. Wrongest. The wrongest. The wrongissimus of wrongimus maximus. Yes, sir. I'm losing my mind. Ay. Hello, guys. Just a second. Now we can continue. This guy reads when he's on the toilet. I just watched TikTok. Bro, I deleted the TikTok and all of these degenerate apps from my phone. Like, literally, like, I have nothing on phone. I have only YouTube, YouTube Studio, Discord, and Google Chrome. And that's it. Let's finish this. So, we're back on Haven. We failed our push on A site. And it is what it is. Can I... Okay. I mean, to be honest, like, you know, if you already see in a match that something is easier for you, that some bomb set is working, keep abusing it. You know, as long as it's working. And if it stops working for one time, do it again. Like, for example, in this match, like, we know that the Killjoy is, for some reason, playing B and A with the Omen as well. And Jet, Raze, and Sova are defending Garage and C site. I don't know in which universe these three agents can successfully defend this area of the map. You know.
You want a dog? This guy. Thank you.
I tagged Raze.
Okay, listen.
Raze.
So, whenever you're engaging the enemies in the garden area of the map, Always, but always, hold the enemy's peak from the garage for around like 3 or 4 seconds. Like for 3 or 4 seconds, I'm always gonna do this. And I'm always gonna do this. Just to be sure that they're not gonna peek me while I'm pressing the W key and pushing in. Or, if our teammates are already going fast and we think our enemies can pop flashes through here and kill us, we can use a Molotov to deny the enemy space and then, through the molly, try to kill the enemies. Also, what I love to do is like just run out, bunny hop here, do this, and engage the enemies a bit faster. Like very, very rarely, almost never, you're gonna see me just push like this. Observe that in my gameplay, you know, like try to compare how I approach the enemies in this area of the map compared to what you do and how you die. But here, when you died against this Jet
I tagged Raze.
in this duel, once again, the problem is your peak and how ready you are for this fight. I mean, even if this guy is fleshed and fully concussed, you know, he can easily spam you and kill you with some RNG bullets and stuff and shit like that. Like, for example, what I would have done here, I would have went for the flash, wait for the flash to actually pop, and then swing and kill that Jet. And if that Jet is spamming, I can just go left and right, easy kill.
Down mid.
I don't know why we stopped pushing C if the C is, you know, A set is obviously not working, defaulting is not working, B set is not working. Let's just fuck them up on C. Oof.
Tower.
Launching smoke. Come on, let's go.
Spike down. C.
Hawk out.
Okay, listen. First of all, please, if you have this type of an idiot in your team that loves to lurk and flank, and he never gets any value out of his lurk and flank, tell him to play with you, if possible. I mean, this Omen, he never got any value from this lurk and flank. 2 times he even died alone. So essentially, this is really stupid. Second thing, if you're already executing fast C site, so what if that dart revealed you? You know, you're just wasting your time, especially if you already want to go in. But here, even if that dart revealed me, I would have followed my Sky Dog, and I would have tried to pressure the enemies with my ultimate before any of my teammates die while they're following me in.
Spike down. C.
That kill there was fine.
Hawk out.
Flashing backside.
Spike planted. Healing over here.
Watch your eyes.
One enemy remaining.
Good kill.
Garage.
Okay, good run.
You know what to do.
Here.
I'll watch out for dart.
Get out of my way.
Move in, bro.
Smoke's down.
Let's rotate. Oh, baby, let's rotate.
So, I mean, this rotation is fine. You know, in these type of situations, we have 2 options. First option is cutting the noise for 20 seconds and reheating the same site, which a lot of times is the best option, because the more rotations you do on the attacker side, the higher is the factor of luck and timings that your teammates might make some kind of a stupid play, and enemies might fuck you up. But also rotating here from C to A is fine, because they push the enemies so many times on C, that I really feel that enemies on the A set are gonna rotate really, really fast this round.
Okay.
I mean, if you already break the enemy's mentality on some specific area of the map or some specific bomb site, you can use that against the enemies, you know? Like, just you can use that site to fake them and just push the opposite part of the map. But these things will, you know, these things will happen when you're doing these rotations. Like, this was a bit lucky that that chamber actually checked that corner. Usually in gold and platinum elo, players are rotating like our Cypher protagonist. You know, they're just holding the knife. They don't check a single corner and angle. Okay, clearing short is fine. Just, you know, please, when you're clearing these angles, be a bit more methodical. Take your time, you know. Go one step at a time. Like, you know, let's check this corner. Let's check this corner. This corner. Jump spot the enemies here. Check this position. Place our crosshair here. Check the enemies there. Check the enemies up. Like, you're just swinging like a maniac. No one is forcing you to push fast. But I really feel that in this round, finishing on the A set is a... Actually, it's okay. I mean, they have the Brimstone ultimate. I wanted to say that finishing on A set is a bad game decision because of the Killjoy ultimate. But if the Brimstone stays alive and he can use the ultimate to stop the enemy's Killjoy ult, that's actually fine. We have a counter for that. Ooh, well,
Killjoy's down.
You should run.
Listen, guys. If you ever see the Killjoy's ultimate up here, you can... This wall is fully spammable with medium and high penetration weapons. You can easily kill it. Or we can use the Brimstone ultimate.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Okay.
Enemy C.
They have KD set up.
Launching smoke.
I'm walling off right.
Going up.
Number one thing that you need to do better with the Phoenix is curving the walls. Isolate the corners. Block the enemy's vision. Make the enemies guess where the fuck you're coming from. You know, like... this. Pop flashing. Bam. Pop flashing. Bam. Pop flashing. Bam. Like, let's say we're pushing B side. Like, you know, we can check the enemies left and right. Use a Molotov
Careful now.
to deny some space from the enemies here or there. Then, I mean, on B side you don't need to curve the wall, to be honest. Like, you can just do something like this.
Going up.
Flash the enemies on the right side. Take this space.
Watch your hand.
Like this. Then from this position, flash this. And that's it. Same thing you can do on this side as well. We can do this wall like there. Flash the enemies here. If you want to take this space, just flash the enemies there. That's it. Like I don't know what's the problem.
Spike down. C.
Okay, just backside still. Got a peek. Splash.
Also, whenever enemies are flashed, like, go for a bit wider swing. Because, like, you know, if the enemy is flashed and he's holding some angle, and that enemy decides to, like, spray a position that he's holding, you know, chances are much higher that he's gonna kill you if you go for a jiggle peek, or you go for a, you know, small peek. Like, if one enemy is here, holding this spot, and I flash that enemy, I'm usually gonna go for the swing like this. I'm not gonna go for a jiggle peek, because he's probably holding this angle like this, and if he gets flashed, he's gonna spam that position. instead of spamming this position.
Engineers down.
Got plant spikes though. You could rotate. Just rotate A.
One enemy remaining.
I got the spike.
Okay.
Heal up, squad.
He went towards B.
I mean, in this 2v1, the absolute best idea is just to play at that C long and, you know, play on the refrag potential and kill the Sova.
Last play.
Listen, like, if you already hear the Sova using the ultimate, like, where is he gonna use the ultimate? You know, he's trying to stop your spike plant. What is the most common position on the C side? This position here. Like, you know, there are some things that are just common, should be common knowledge in Valorant. You know, when you're playing, when you hear the Sova ultimate and you're playing on C set and you're planting the spike, like 99% of the times that Sova is gonna ult you on the site. Why are you standing in his line of sight, essentially?
Player standing.
And to be honest, if you already heard that the Sova is using the ultimate, I probably would have pushed that Sova to, you know, a bit closer towards the garage and try to surprise him because, you know, he's an easy kill.
I'm top series.
Here.
I'm gonna try going down sewer.
Launching smoke.
Okay, listen. On the attacker side, when your teammates are pushing some area of the map, try always to go in front of your teammates if you're already pushing fast and jump spot the angles for them. Because in all of the lobbies in Valorant, all the way up to Radiant, I don't see that enough players are doing this to gather the information. Most of the times, your teammates are just gonna swing like a potatoes and die like shit, like this. So, always go in front of your allies, jump spot for them, and then engage the enemies with your teammates. Second thing, even if your teammate is using some kind of a scout in front of you, some recon utility clearing the angles, still clear every single position that you're approaching. Because you never know how good they actually cleared that angle and how deep they cleared it. Like, I feel that this guy didn't really clear this and this position properly. And, you know, one enemy can be there. Like, I don't know, this dog was kind of sloppy. She didn't clear that at all. She just went forward. Omen can be left, right.
Launching smoke.
Careful now.
Omen can be on top as well. Oof, thanks God, he's not.
Ready. Molly. Come on, let's go.
Hawk out.
One enemy.
This ultimate here was fine, like, it really doesn't matter. I mean, they won the round.
GG.
Heal up, squad.
Long.
Okay, and the final rule for this VOD review would be like, if you didn't clear some angle yourself, pre-assume that enemies can be there. Like, always clear every position that you're approaching, every single possible scenario, you know, that enemies might be playing at that moment of time, some double bait, double tower strategies, and always play Valorant, you know, a bit more paranoid. But I'm not talking about the Omen flash, I'm just talking about, you know, you should be paranoid. Like, enemies can be anywhere, enemies will be everywhere, and you need to clear every single position properly, one by one, and yourself. If you don't clear it, your team, there's a huge chance that your teammates will be sloppy and they won't clear it for you properly. Other than that, you need to fix your setups on the attacker side, definitely, with Phoenix. You need to curve your wall a bit more and create, like, more unpredictable and smarter entry path things. And, you know, I've discussed quite a lot of things that you can fix in this VOD review. I'm gonna send you right now some kind of a training that you're gonna apply for the next 2 to 3 months. And also, I'm gonna send you that private video to showcase you how you can naturally improve your reaction time, react on the colors a bit better, and stuff like that. Anyways, this was a free VOD review, so I didn't go that in-depth about some topics that I would cover in, you know, paid VOD reviews and tier 3 subs. Okay, sorry for pauses here and there, like I'm feeling kind of a bit sick right now. I don't know what the fuck did I eat before the stream. I didn't eat anything, to be honest. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in some, you know, next VOD review. Leave a like, subscribe, and all of that good stuff, tricksters. Mwah! Also join my Discord server, you know, I'm doing regular giveaways and stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you.